Greetings, beautiful soul, to August full length energizer. So starting up on your knees. If you struggle with kneeling, you can pop a cushion or a rolled up mat behind your knees and try and have your heels in contact with your sit bones so that we hit the meridians running through your sit bones. Rest your hands on your thighs, relax your shoulders and just close your eyes. Take a moment to check in. Now I like to get people to check in simply so they notice how they feel at the beginning and so how they feel at the end, because the whole point of yoga is how you feel. It's not about perfecting a pose or how long you can balance for, or all these fancy poses that we see as yoga inspiration. That's actually not really the essence of yoga. The actual essence of yoga is to remember who and what you are, which is a divine being, which is actually consciousness. We are energy in human form. And whilst it looks impressive doing all these crazy poses and stuff, that's not what it's all about. It's about coming back to our true self. The first Yoga Sutra is actually, yoga is the stilling of the thought waves of the mind. So basically those negative, disempowering, unkind, unhelpful thoughts that we have, that we think of as our self, which isn't actually our self, it's learning to distance yourself from those thoughts, realizing that you are not those thoughts, you are not the past, you are not what you've done, you're not your mistakes, you're not your gender, you're not your title, you're not your profession, you're not your bank balance. You are energy, pure energy in human form. So notice how it feels being in this physical form right now. So eyes closed, just checking in. No judgment, no criticism, just have a sense of childlike curiosity. And throughout the whole practice as well, because apart from anything else, it should be fun. Otherwise we can think of 101 things to do with our time, right? And take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe in, imagine breathing from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, imagine breathing from the crown of your head all the way down and out through your tailbone. And as you do that, you can visualize white light energy rising up from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. As you exhale, visualize that white light energy flowing down from the crown of your head all the way down and out through your tailbone. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish. You can turn your eye gaze in and up towards your third eye point, the space between and behind your eyebrows. Keeping your hands on your thighs and do a little spine flexor. As you breathe in, lift your heart. As you breathe out, round through the back of the body. Keeping your head in neutral so the movement is all through the spine. Make it fun and dynamic breath, especially on that exhale. Really pull the belly button in. Squeezing the breath out. And we go at a nice dynamic pace. So the head stays in neutral. So you don't want to keep it rigid, but you don't want to lift it up either. Just let it be. And if you can, try and keep your hands still in one place. And feel the spine warming up. Remember, whenever we do anything with the spine, we're actually affecting every system in the body, because the central nervous system, as well as the nadis, runs along the length of the spine. Just a few more seconds. Just waking up the spine, waking up the whole system. 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep breath in. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Hold the breath. Apply root lock. So put in rectum, sex organs, navel. Imagine squeezing up. And visualize squeezing that white light energy. So you're squeezing cerebral spinal fluid all the way up your spine, all the way up to your midbrain, to your pineal gland. Hold it a little bit longer if you can. Keep squeezing in and up. Eye gaze in and up towards that third eye point. Then exhale, let it go. And you can inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the hands firmly together so you start to feel your muscles. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press the hands firmly firmly together. Feel your chest muscles. We're also starting to activate the physical heart and the energetic heart. This next time we're going to add a twist. So as you bring the hands down, press the palms firmly, aim your elbow towards the opposite knee. Don't worry if you're not quite there. And inhale, lifting up. Exhale, come down, twist through your ribs, aim the elbow towards the opposite knee. And coming up, inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, twist. Imagine trying to keep your hands about heart level, but don't worry if they're not quite there. So imagine twisting through your heart and upper body rather than just taking the arms. So I say, don't worry if you're nowhere near the opposite knee. Just start to twist through your torso. One more each side. Remember, it's the intention that is the most important thing. Intention is everything. And just starting to warm up your spine. And coming back. Release the cushion if you've got a cushion. Tuck your toes under. And just take a second here. What they call broken toe posture, but it's not very encouraging, is it? Broken toe posture. If you've got any rebellious toes, you stay stuck, unstick them. And a lot of people hate this pose because they're not used to it. But it actually gives a really good stretch to your toes and starts to wake the feet up a little bit. Relax the shoulders, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe all the way out. And push your hands down into the floor. Push onto your heels and slowly, slowly, slowly straighten the legs. And come into a forward bend. Relax your head down. And bend to your knees and just swing the arms around your legs. Nice and relaxed. Let go of the idea of there being a right or wrong way. I do hate that. Sometimes with YouTube tracks you get no adverts and then all of a sudden you'll get one that's suddenly right in the middle of filming will interrupt. But we just carry on. Then release, relax the arms, bend your knees deeply and slowly start to curl up. Think of stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Keeping your arms nice and heavy. Take an extra breath on the way up if you need to. Coming all the way up to standing. Keeping your feet about hip width apart. Take the arms out to the side, arms at a right angle, shoulders relaxed. Pull up through your roots. You're going to inhale to the left, exhale, twist to the right. In, out, in, out. If you start to feel dizzy, either look at the tip of your nose, look down to the floor, or close your eyes. And think of warming up the muscles that support and surround your spine. So sometimes I'll do this and I'll hear a few kind of like clicks and clunks as tension's releasing in my spine. That's okay. It also helps to stretch out the intercostal muscles, which makes it easier to breathe. Three, two, one, and release. Release the hands down beside you. Bring your big toes together. Make sure you're at the front of your mat or that you've got room to step back behind you. Spread out your toes, big toes together. Shoulders away from the ears. Spread out your fingers to open up your chest. Inhale from your roots to your crown. Exhale, crown to roots. Breathe in again. Think of opening, expanding your heart. As you breathe out, sit back into a chair pose, Utkatasana. So sink deep, tuck your tailbone under slightly, stretch your fingertips, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower down. Do tiny little pulses, working those legs. And press into all four corners of your feet. Feel the strength in those legs. And inhale, lift the arms up. And come back to that twist. Exhale, press the hands together. Come into your chair pose. Squeeze the thighs. Then turn through your ribs. And try and have the elbows one onto the other, rather than like that, one on top of the other, pressing firmly down. Again, don't worry if you can't quite reach your elbow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale again, come into your chair pose first, because what sometimes happens is we either swing the hips out or we press the knees out. So make sure that that doesn't happen as you aim elbow towards me. Again, try and aim. Don't worry if you can't quite get there. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, really press the hands firmly. So remember what I said, intention is the key. So what you intend to do is more important. So even if you can't twist all the way, and just a little tip, actually the deeper you come into your legs, the easier it is to twist. I know it doesn't seem like it, that should make sense, but the deeper you sink down, the easier it is to actually twist. Inhale all the way up. This time exhale, open the arms, bend the knees, fly forward into Uttanasana. Try and have your fingertips beside your toes if possible. And inhale, bend your knees, bring your chest to your thighs. As you exhale, imagine straightening the legs while keeping your chest to your thighs. You really open up the backs of the knees. You can hold on to the ankles if you wish. Inhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs. Exhale, look down to your toes as you slowly open up the backs of the knees for that good stretch in your hamstrings. Breathe in, bend, and breathe out, straighten. Now bend your knees, bring your fingertips beside your toes. So your fingertips are in line with your toes. We're going to take the right foot back. Now having your hands beside the foot means that when you step that foot back, you can wiggle it back. The front knee will be in line with the ankle. You're going to bring the right hand to the floor or use a block. Left hand to the left knee. Press down and twist. Turn through your chest, through your belly, through your ribs, as if you're trying to bring your shoulder on top of the bottom shoulder. And keep pressing through that back heel. Press into the big toe, little toe of that back leg. Dropping that front hip down. Squeeze your tush. Take another breath here. And release. Calm back. We're going to set up for plank position. So hands under the shoulders. Firm up the belly. And scoot back into your plank. Here we're going to twist. Coming onto the side edge of the feet. Exhale as you drop the hips towards the floor, but without quite touching. Pull your tummy in and relax your shoulders. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. And keeping the arms straight and strong. Then come back and you're going to try and jump your feet towards your hands as close as you can. So push up your legs. Inhale, jump in. Exhale, jump straight back. Inhale, jump in. This time, exhale, jump to the right. Inhale in. Exhale, straight back. Inhale in. Exhale to the left. Inhale in. Exhale, straight back. Drop your knees. Keep the toes tucked. But sit all the way back to your heels. So adjust your hands if you need to. Maybe take your hands a little bit wider. We're going to set up for down face dog. So tuck the elbows in, slide the shoulder blades away from the ears, push into the hands like you're pushing on a heavy door, knees start to lift. Again, slowly start to straighten the legs. Then you can lift your right heel, pressing into the ball of the foot, pressing the left foot down into the floor. And then switch. So lifting the left heel, pressing into the ball of the foot, pressing the right foot down into the mat. And pressing both heels down into the floor, chest towards your thighs. Then lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. off your legs. Do a couple of little bunny hops. Feel the strength in your legs. Always look where you want to go. So look forward. Then when you're ready, press into your feet and your hands at the same time. Jump between your hands. You can land in a low squat. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, slowly straighten your legs. Folding over your legs. If they're not already, bring your big toes together. Then inhale, bend your knees, drop your hips down, lift your chest forward, tuck your tailbone under. And exhale, come all the way up. Through chair pose. Relax the arms down. Get arms out to the side. Drop the shoulder blades away from the ears. Close your eyes. Breathe from your roots to your crown. Exhale from your crown to your roots. And breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe out, come back into your chair pose. Again, tuck the tailbone under, so you can go a little bit deeper. Reach for the fingertips, like you've got wings. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, sink deeper, tiny little pulses. Breathing in, really find the fire in those legs. Breathing out. And inhale, rise up, bring the palms together, ready for a twist. Exhale through chair pose, squeeze the knees together. Then almost see if you can keep the hands at your heart space as you twist. Again, aiming the elbow towards the opposite knee, but not worrying if you can't quite reach. Focus on your core working, so you're twisting using your core muscles, so drawing your belly button in. Again, the deeper you sink into your legs, actually the easier it is to twist. Try it, I promise you. Again, don't worry if you don't quite reach the elbow to the knee. Just imagine trying to keep the hands at your heart space and twist, keeping the lower body again totally still, so you're not pushing the knees out the way. You're not pushing the hips to one side. Exhale as you twist. This time inhale all the way up. Open the arms, bend the knees. Exhale all the way down. Either fingertips to the floor. You can hold on to your ankles. Inhale, bend your knees, chest to thighs. Exhale, try and straighten the legs. See if you can keep your chest on your thighs. Tuck your chin in slightly, lengthen the back of the neck, as if you're aiming the crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, straighten and fold. Once more, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and fold. Again, bend your knees, bring your fingertips beside your toes. Because here's what's happened. When we put our hands in front and then we step back, we end up in that kind of position. So fingertips beside your toes. So when you take your left foot back, you can just wiggle it back a little bit more, and that knee is in the right place. Left hand to the floor or to your block. Push that back heel. Right hand onto that right thigh. Push down and twist. Think of turning through your belly, chest, shoulders, but make sure you're not spinning on that back heel. Really press into your big toe, little toe of that back heel. Imagine looking towards your top shoulder. Again, really twisting through your core. Nice deep breath, squeezing belly button to spine. Lift that back thigh up to the sky. After your next exhale, release, set yourself up for your plank position. Hands under shoulders, and try and grip with all 10 fingertips. Again, we're twisting onto the side edge of your feet. Inhale, exhale, dropping the hips towards the floor. So it should feel quite nice on your spine, as well as working your tummy muscles. Breathing in, again, pull the belly button in, breathing out. Then come back, drop to your knees, keep the toes tucked, sit all the way back to your heels. Maybe take the hands out a little bit wider, and consciously Slide your shoulder blades down the back of your heart so we can start off in a better position. Otherwise, if you come into down facing dog with tense shoulders, it's a lot harder. So slide the shoulders down, and if you're ready, push into your hands. If your hands are in the right place, your knees should already start to lift off the floor. Keep pushing into your hands like you're pressing into a heavy door. Look to your toes and slowly really stretch your heels like someone has got hold of your heels and they're pulling them down towards the floor. And you can just bend your left knee, lift that left heel, really press into the toes as you push the right heel down into the floor. Then switch, and really push the other heel down into the floor. Stretch out those toes as you lift your right heel. Keep gripping with your whole hand. Then release. And look forward. We're going to try and lift the heels, bend the knees, and power up the legs. Use the strength of the legs. And when you're ready to jump, push into the legs, press down into the hands as you're looking forward. Because so often people look down and then they wonder why they only jump half an inch. On the balls of the feet, take the arms out in front, relax the shoulders, take a breath here. Balancing in a little toe stand, squeezing the knees together. And try this. Try come onto your heels, drop down and find your boat pose. Try and crunch your ribs towards your hips so you're not lifting the chest. If there's any tension in the neck or jaw, imagine someone's poked you in the belly, you've gone, oh, and you've really crunched your abs, shoulders relaxed. Slight bend in the elbows, you can have the palms up, make sure you're not tensing the shoulders. Take another breath here. Spread out the balls of the feet. And bring the hands to the floor behind you. Inhale, extend the legs out. Exhale, pull the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull those knees in. Breathing in and out. And in and out. And pop the feet down, sit your hips back. Stretch your legs out, grab your butt cheeks, pull them back. And that helps to tilt your pelvis forward, because if your pelvis is tucked under, you're not going to go very far. So pull the butt cheeks back, tilt the pelvis forward. Bring your right hand. I know my phone tends to switch everything, so it doesn't really matter which side you do. But I've got my right hand by my right hip. I'm going to reach for the outside of my right foot, with my left hand. Now, if you can't reach that foot, bend your knees, but keep your left leg extended. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lift that leg. Now really push, as if you're trying to kick someone away. At the same time, pull the arm towards you. So you've got opposite hand. Keep energy in the leg that's on the floor. Keep pushing and pulling, because if you're just holding onto the foot, you're like that. As you push and pull at the same time, you get an upward lift. Start to engage your core muscles. Then start to turn through your belly, chest, ribs, and maybe reach that right hand out behind you, or you might even want to extend it out, but keep pushing and pulling. What often happens is when people are looking behind them, they kind of forget and their legs go all like that. So push through that left heel, push into that right foot, keep pulling the arm towards you. Lengthen your tailbone towards the floor, crown of the head towards the sky. Each time you breathe in, imagine making space between the vertebrae, as if you're lengthening your tailbone down to the floor. Crown of the head up to the sky. Relax the shoulders. Keep pushing to this right foot. This knee isn't totally straight, and that's okay. I'm still getting the benefits of the pose. Take another breath in and out. And release that right hand down. Pop that foot down. Stretch the legs out. Balance on your hands for a second. Shake both legs out. Breathe deeply. And we'll try the other side. So my left hand is beside my left hip. I'm reaching for the outside of my left foot with my right hand. Again, you can bend the knee if you need to. The more you press down through this leg that's on the floor, the easier it is to lift. Breathe in, breathe out, lift that leg, push. Keep really pushing as if you're trying to push someone away and pull back towards you again, otherwise you'll be down here. So keep pushing and pulling, anchoring through both legs, so both legs are active. Then start to turn your belly, chest, ribs, looking over that back shoulder. Then you can reach that hand out behind you, or you can lift the arm. If there's any tension in your shoulder, then keep the fingertips on the floor, but make sure there's no weight on that arm. And grounding through the tailbone, push into both heels, keep pulling that arm towards you so it's an active twist. And draw your belly button in towards your spine. After your next exhale, release. Come down, release that foot. Stretch the legs out. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Roll down through your spine. Open the arms out. Take the legs out. Take the legs out, widen the hip width. Shake the legs out. Then let the feet flop out to the side. Have the arms away from the body, palms upwards. Let the fingers naturally curl. And close your eyes. And simply notice how you feel now compared to when you started. But no judgment, no right or wrong, just simply noticing. Noticing how it feels being in your body after those practices. So corpse pose, Shavasana. So named because it provides the opportunity to become dead to the old and prepare the way for a new consciousness. So corpse pose, putting the arms down at the sides with the palms relaxed, allowing the fingers to curl naturally, the legs to relax and fall slightly outwards. Eyes are closed. Relax the lips, the tongue, the jaws, the face muscles. And allow the mouth to feel as if you're about to smile. Allow the body to feel as if it's sinking towards the floor. Let the mind follow the breath. You can mentally scan the body, starting with the feet and moving upwards. And visualize and feel the inhalation, bringing light and energy, prana, to each part. And on the exhalation, visualize and feel tension releasing from each part. So as you work up through from your feet, through your legs, on each inhale, visualize light and energy filling that area. With each exhale, feel, visualize all and any tension and tightness melting away. So as you breathe in, imagine your feet and toes filling with light energy. As you breathe out, feeling any tension releasing. As you breathe in, imagine your legs from your ankles to your hips being filled with light energy. And as you breathe out, feel any tension dissolving. Moving up into your hips and your lower belly, Inhaling, visualizing that area filled with light, filled with energy. Exhaling, feeling tension, releasing. Being aware of your rib cage, your chest and upper back. Inhaling, that area filled with light, filled with prana. Exhaling all and any tension, releasing. Your shoulders, your arms, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Inhaling, seeing that whole area filled with light energy. Exhaling all and any tension, releasing. Your neck, your throat, all the way up through your skull, right to the crown of your head. Breathing in, feeling that whole area filled with light energy. Breathing out all and any tension, releasing. And bless yourself, your true self, yourself as essence. And remember that you are not your thoughts. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your bad habits. You are not anything that has been done to you. You are just pure energy. Everything else is just part of the movie, part of what we call reality. But finding that sense of your true self, feeling yourself as if you're no longer a body, you're no longer a person, as it were, you're just energy, as if you're as light as air. And that's when you come to true yoga, true union between not only your mind and body and soul, but also remembering that you are the same essence, the same substance, the same energy as everything and everyone else in this whole universe. So if you feel like staying a while longer, just stay as long as you need. Don't have any end goal. Just imagine witnessing your physical manifestation on the mat. But when you feel like you're ready to finish your practice, come back slowly, just wiggling the fingers and toes first. Maybe shaking out the legs again, shaking out the arms a little bit, just gently reawakening your nervous system. And then beginning to stretch out your arms and legs in whatever way comes naturally right now. Don't overthink it, just start to move. You might have some little kinks that need ironing out, and that's okay. So if you feel called to do a particular stretch, then go with it. Again, become mindful, come out as mindfully as you come in. And only when you feel ready, bring yourself up to a sitting position, seated position. Rub your hands together briskly to activate your heart center, to ground yourself back into the now moment. Then bring your hands to your heart, heart to your hands, as a way of honoring yourself, and also bringing your palms together activates and connects your right and left sides of your body, of energy. This is why we do prayer pose, because we have energy centers in our hands. And bring your hands to your heart as a way of honoring yourself and taking this time out to nurture and nourish yourself. And you can join me in one long Om. So we start off opening the mouth as wide as you can with an ah. Then you start to close the mouth. Oh. Then you close the mouth completely. And as you do that, feel the vibration. Start in your solar plexus, move up to your heart, and then to the tips of